Okay, this is a 2014 Toyota Corolla. Just doing a spark plug change here. This plastic cover, I've already loosened it. There's no bolts, it just pulls straight up and off. And these little, right here, these little ball studs, there's 4 of them. There's one right there, there's one right there, another one here. And it's these little things here. So it literally, they're just rubber grommets. So it pushes on, it's super easy to take off. And then I've already loosened, these are the coils right here. And I've already loosened the 4 bolts. So you just pull these bolts out, they're 10 millimeter. And then some of them are not nice and they don't leave this wire long enough to pull the coil out without unhooking the wire. And these ones are nice. They made it so that you can get them off. I'm gonna get the other 3 out and then I will show you how to get the spark plugs out. Okay, these back, or I guess to the right side, they're back of the engine. These I did have to undo the wires because they're a little too short to get these out of there with the wires attached. The front 2, I was able to do it with them attached. This is my trusty magnetic, so the spark plug will stick to the socket, and I need another extension because that hole is super deep. So we'll get that in there. Ooh. Okay, these might be 9/16 or a 14 millimeter socket. The 5/8 is too big. So that is the case. It's a 14 millimeter socket. And yeah, that just grabbed. Anyway, let's get your wrench on there, loosen those up. And I will come back with some more video, but you just do the same thing for all 4. Loosen them all up. I don't have a 14 millimeter socket that's magnetic, but any magnet will work. This one's a big long one. So I'm just gonna reach down there, grab the spark plugs, get them out. Try to film this and fish these out of there at the same time. Anyway, you get the idea. So get the 4 spark plugs out. Check your spark plug gap. I've already checked these. I'm filming with one hand, so I can't actually do it for the camera, but generally speaking, these things are pretty much dead nuts on right out of the box. The only time you might have a problem with spark plug gap is if they get dropped and the wire, this wire right here on the end, will get bent and it'll close the gap up. So just make sure the gaps look reasonable. If you don't have a feeler gauge or a way to measure them, and you think one of them might have gotten bent, then kind of gauge off of the other spark plug that's not dropped or bent and make them match. But generally speaking, they're pretty good right out of the box. So now I'm just going to tighten these up. I always keep the coils in order of the hole that they came out of. The spark plugs are in and they're tight, and the coil goes back in, and this coil goes back in, and these are the 2 I had to unplug. So we'll plug it back in, we'll plug it back in, and then these bolts right here hold them down. And the last 2 coils I did not have to unplug, so we'll get those in and get a bolt in that. And the last one, shoot down in there. My dog wants to be in the garage. She's very unhappy with me at the moment. You can hear her in the background. Anyway, so get those in. Tighten those 4 bolts back up to hold the coils down, and you're done. Put your plastic cover, just snaps back on, and this is good to go. All right, the coils are all back in and the bolts are tight. We're gonna grab this plastic cover here. And I just use this hole. This is where you fill it with oil. This is where you check it. And I just kind of, because you can't really see what you're lining up with, I just try to line it up. You can hear it clip back on, and that's it. It's all tuned up. We are done.